Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee and Cards with Michelle. I'm Michelle Zanovich, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Every weekday morning at 8 o'clock, I bring you some crafting news and some fun projects to get our day started. This week, I have been focusing on handmade paper flowers and tiny ones, right? Because we're putting them on cards. On Saturday, we made a paper daisy chain using the daisy builder punch, or the daisy punch, the large daisy punch. And then yesterday, we made that really cool tulip, 3D tulip punch art. And that was a lot of fun. Today, we are making Calla Lilies. So today's Casing Tuesday. And if you are following the Casing Tuesday group, you can find it over on Facebook. If not, I'll post the link on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com a little bit later this morning. Anyways, this is a card that was cased from the Casing Tuesday card sketch today, and they used stamped irises, and I know that we were making paper flowers. So this is my prototype that I made this morning with Calla Lilies, and I'm going to show you how I did that, and hopefully I think I found a solution to keeping those rolled just a little tighter. So we're using 3 retiring products today. First off, we're using the Christmas Bulb Builder Punch to make our Calla Lilies. I know, right? Who would have thought? It's very cool. We're also using the Layered Leaves 3D Textured Embossing folder for our background. And I was looking for a stamp for the stems on the Calla Lilies. And I knew I had to have one, and I couldn't find it. And finally, I remembered the Floral Essence stamp set has this little stem, and that's what I used. So again, the Floral Essence stamp set, the Layered Leaves 3D embossing folder, and the Christmas Bulb Builder Punch are all on the retiring list. So if you like this card and you've just got to make it, go out and grab these while you still can. All right. So the first thing that I've got is a piece of Whisper White scrap, and I have a bone folder. And what I want to do is I want to take and I want to break the fibers down in this piece of Whisper White cardstock. So I'm going to just play with this for a few minutes. It doesn't take very long. All right. What I want is to soften that paper. One, it's going to add a little texture to the look of our Calla Lilies. And two, it makes it a lot easier to roll the lilies when we've got them punched. All right, so now we're going to take and we're going to punch 3 petals. Now, I didn't do this the first time when I made my card, and I thought, you know, that cardstock is so nice. You know, Stampin' Up! Cardstock is just so nice and sturdy and such a great weight that it was kind of hard to curl. So I wondered how in the world I could get that to behave for me just a little better. All right, now I have my take my pick tool. Slow down, and I'm really going to come over here, and you can use the stylus from your the other side, right? You can use the bald stylus for doing this. And you know, some of you have asked, how come I don't have the other end, right? Because this has a stylus tip. I just find it easier to hold. For me, I have small hands, and so it's easier to hold if I don't have the other end. And so you could use either end. I like to live dangerously and use the pointy end. And I'm really just going to take this and curl it about center. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to come do the other side. I was doing this morning, and I'm like, you know, I could have painted my nails last night, but you know, we're all in solidarity right now, right? We're all We're all needing manicures. So I figured, of all people, my friends here watching would understand. All right. So really what we're doing is we're just going to curl that so that we can roll it and then give it a little pinch. Okay. So let's do that with the other three. This is, you know, someone asked me yesterday on somewhere that I had posted those tulips, was it hard to make? No, not at all, right? And these aren't hard either. Hold on, I don't think I can talk and do this at the same time. There we go. What it does is, you just need a little patience. Okay? And we're really just rolling that like that. And then we're going to just pinch it just a little bit. Yeah, I really like having broken those fibers down. It really helps, okay? So just take it, roll it. Take this side and roll it. There we go. Okay? Awesome. Now, we're going to use glue dots. Okay, so roll that to the inside, and I'm going to put a glue dot right down here. You could roll it a little bit around that. And slide it off. Okay? So kind of making a cone. It's not helping that my hands are cold right now. Whoops. They're tiny little guys. I don't think I got that in the right place. All right. Now, for the centers of our calla lilies, and you know what? If they're messy down at the bottom, don't worry, because I thought that the same way, or the same thing when I made them the first time. Don't worry, because I have a trick to cover that up. All right. Oops. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to cut some centers. This is about a 1/16 of a piece of pineapple punch paper. And I'm just going to cut some little strips. And I'm going to take, and I'm just going to use my snips to round the top of that. Okay? Oops. They don't have to be perfect. You only find perfect flowers out in nature. Just round that. Okay? Now, take another glue dot. We're going to put these centers right down in our flowers. Okay, and you can use take your pick tool to kind of put that in there. Okay, so we have our 3 flowers made. And I'm going to put these over to the side, and let's build our card, and then we'll add those on. So I have a pool party card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5. And then I have a piece of Pool Party that I've run through with the Layered Leaves 3D Textured Embossing folder. And that measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. I see Jennifer's here this morning, and Kathy was here this morning. I didn't realize this embossing folder was retiring until a friend pointed it out to me yesterday. I'm like, oh no, I like that one. All right, so there's my card base. Then using the stitched shapes, I have a Whisper White Circle and a Pineapple Punch, because wow, Pineapple Punch on Pool Party is amazing. And then we're going to do the same thing we did yesterday with those tulips. I love this Very Versailles stamps and this background stamp, and it just kind of softens things. So I'm going to ink it up and stamp it off one time, and then stamp it on my circle. It just adds a little visual effect back there, especially since we're not stamping the flowers. Okay. Then I have that stem stamp from Floral Essence, and I'm going to stamp a tall one right up the center, and then 2 shorter ones off to the side. Whoops. Then my sentiment, let's go ahead and stamp that in Memento ink. Our sentiment says, all days are beautiful that begin with you. And I'm going to stamp that on a Pineapple Punch stitched shape circle. I love the mixed font on here. Isn't that pretty? So now I'm going to add my circle. And I'm going to put 3 glue dots down right where I want my flowers to go. So I want 1 to go here. And I'm giving just a little squeeze to shape it so that there's room, right? My flowers fit without the glue dot showing. And 3. All right, so let's take the best looking one, and that's gonna go in the center. Let's see, I think that one. And that one looks a little munched. We'll put that one over there. And put that one over there. Okay, now that looks kind of messy. So that's nothing a little polka dot tool won't fix. So we're going to tie a very pretty bow with this beautiful polka dot tool. And we've all gotten flowers before, right? With a beautiful bow wrapped up nicely. So I didn't see anything wrong with adding a bow here. I'm going to untie that because I want to add a little bit of extra behind that. I want a longer tail. All right. So we'll make it pretty. Just a little florist ribbon, right? Come on, hon. You can do it. I'm going to put it here, And guess what? It's going to, we're going to move this one down just a little bit. It's going to cover some of that. I promise. Okay? It'll look great. All right. Quit futzing around. So I'm going to add that with a glue dot. Right up here. Whoopsie. But no, it's there. Okay, now, here's the great thing about this. This is totally malleable. So we're going to do a little trick and put those bows exactly where we want it to go. Today, it's not such a free-flowing bow because we're trying to cover up the bottoms of those flowers. No, no, no. I promise. Okay? That's my trick, and I'm sticking to it today. I'm going to use some... Ooh, those are black. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong ones. That'll be okay. You guys will forgive me, right? All right. So I'm going to layer that up just a little bit. Trim that. So there's our card front. And I like how that kind of comes out under that circle. All right. And then let's stamp the inside. So again, in Granny Apple Green, I have the leaf, okay, that kind of mimics the leaf on the embossing folder. I'm going to stamp this in Granny Apple Green, which is the same green that we stamped our stems in. I'm going to stamp it off one time, put it down here in the corner. We did this yesterday, right? Kind of the same thing with the tulips. And then I do like the Mother's Day sentiment from the Timeless Tulip stamp set, so I'm going to add that. And make sure that this is straight. I'm adding that in Pool Party just to soften it a little bit. And there we have some pretty paper Calla Lilies for Mother's Day. I hope you enjoyed watching today. All directions can be found over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com, and all of the layered leaves, the floral essence stamp set, and the Christmas bulb builder punch, which we use to make our Calla Lilies, are on the retiring or the last chance list. So if you have any questions or if you'd like to place an order, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. Until tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I will see you then. Stay inside, stay safe, and stay crafting. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.